happy to see you today. We had a few technical difficulties last week, so we missed seeing you. But we're back, and with a very, very, very special guest. Now, who is that guest? Well, none other than the girl of glitz, the girl who sparkles and shines, the lovely Amanda Jaron. Hi, Amanda, how are you?
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. You know, when I got dressed this morning, I forgot we were doing this, so I didn't wear sequins or anything. And I've been busy since I got here, so I'm a little under. I'm actually in camouflage, which isn't really my thing normally.
No, we're not looking at sparkle. I did put on really sparkly earrings for you today. They're all rhinestone-y.
What I'm going with it is that I'm going edgy Christmas, so I'm doing green, and then of course my pop of red to hang out with you. But so we're doing edgy Christmas. We can spit anything.
Now, Amanda, you're coming to us from your studio. Is that correct?
I am, and I was able to put lipstick on again in homage to you, but I'm wearing lipstick because I'm solo by myself here today.
Well, and that is a lovely thing. I only get to wear lipstick when I'm on camera, and then I have to take it off to put on my mask.
Exactly.
So, Amanda, part of the reason that we're talking today is that you were very generous and very philanthropic, have extended your generosity to us here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts, and for the second year in a row, you have donated an exquisite piece of your jewelry that you designed. It is a work of art for our upcoming gala, Fly Me to the Moon and Let Me Play Amongst the Arts, which will take place on January 30th, 2021, outside, under a tent, social distance. Your food will all come prepackaged. Nobody will be walking around with food. Your wine will be individual. We are taking every precaution because the health, well-being, and safety is of the utmost of our people is of the utmost importance to us. So you can go on our website at www.marcoislandart.org or give us a call at 239-394-4221 if you're interested in tickets. They're only $150 and they're going fast because we have limited seating. So Amanda, can you tell me a little bit about I've seen the piece. Can you just tell us a little bit about the piece that you've donated? I wish I had it. The gala chair has it.
I don't have it, but I'm actually wearing a piece from that collection. So I pulled I pulled this because it does have the pop of red, but actually the piece I did, I designed at the same time that I did this collection. And honestly, it's really just an homage to where we live. It's I call it my Lush collection, Lush, Lush, because it is such a lush environment. And honestly, during quarantine, we got to connect with so many of our friends that don't live here in town. And I think probably the commonality between all the conversations I had with all of my friends is, I wish I was in Florida. I would rather be in Florida. It's so beautiful in Florida. So I of course, living here 16 years, always draw inspiration from all of the beautiful aquas and mother of pearl and pearl. And so that piece is truly about our surroundings. And honestly, Marco Island is all about the gorgeous beach. And so for me, it's aquas, it's shells, it's pearls, it's mother of pearl, it's flowers, it's leaves. And it just pays homage to where we live in the beautiful environment. We're lucky enough to spend 365 days a year. Even if we're in quarantine, it's still beautiful out.
It is. We are blessed to live in paradise. And the piece, it's not only just the beautiful necklace, which is such a statement piece and so exquisite. There are earrings that go with it as well. And it will be up on our gala website very soon. So if you're interested, you could make your way to our gala and raise that paddle. Now, Amanda, I know that you, because it is the holiday season, you have been extra busy. What have you been working on lately?
I have honestly, I am overwhelmed at the generosity of the community, both local and national, because really I think the common denominator of shopping has been online, and mostly with the big boxes and the huge mass merchants. And there has been this real push on television and just around to shop local. And I'm so incredibly thankful that the people in this community have come out to shop local. with me, and not just in this community, but actually online. People are actually looking for artists online where they can buy a piece that's unique, one of a kind. So I have been very busy and incredibly blessed so, because jewelry, I think, also is able to sort of commemorate the moment in time that we're in and sort of bring people together in a way that would be equal to gifting a piece of jewelry to your mother if you can't see her, is as warm and cozy as it is giving her a real hug. So jewelry has really kind of taken on, I think, a bigger meaning of connectivity and connection for us. But more than that, what I spend most of my time doing, and I'm thrilled that people have had time to kind of organize their closets and clean their house and get rid of things, and really kind of reflect on who they are and what's important to them. What I spend most of my time doing is what I call the art of the bling over. And a bling over.
Now, what is a bling over? Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, so a bling over is the idea of opening your jewelry box and looking at the timeline of your life, the collection of things that are in your jewelry box, of which most bring very happy memories or real sentimental thoughts, but not all. Some pieces you look at and you say, boy, is that ugly, or what was my mother thinking, or why did he do that, or I shouldn't have spent the money on this, right? So you have this collection of things that you love, and then this pile of things that you just wish didn't look the way they do. The beautiful thing about jewelry is that it is, when precious, gold can be melted down and stones can be repurposed. And with someone like me, a designer, you can bring those old things that you've had in your life, whether you inherited, bought, whatever it is, bring them, get them out of the safety deposit box, get them out from under your bed, bring them in here, and we sit and use those pieces, your gold and diamonds that you already have, and we draw together. So I spend a lot of time drawing, and we sit and we use the gold and diamonds that are already in your collection, and we bling them over. So the bling over is a makeover of your gold and diamonds.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful. Well, as I said, because I follow you on social media, I've seen some of your magnificent designs. So I know that you've done some really interesting projects, especially during this time for people.
Yeah, really fun. And I will say, from an artist perspective, being in quarantine really isn't a bad thing, right? Because most of us, if not in the performing arts, in the visual arts, we're typically doing our craft alone. So, for me, it was time that I had to really devote to my craft in a way that I hadn't had in many, many years. So I've been able to design things for my future collections, but also take more time with my clients, one-on-one. We've done Zoom. I actually just finished a piece that we did on Zoom from a woman I never met in Wyoming, who actually shipped me her pieces from Wyoming, and we did a Zoom bling over, and then I shipped back her new design. So we've done that, and just the time to reflect and to be alone has been both really wonderful from a design perspective and also a nurturing experience as an artist. So it's been good for me, yeah.
Well, Amanda, if somebody was looking to do a bling over, if they've taken their jewelry out, how can they get in touch with you? What's the best way to reach you if somebody's interested in this?
Right, so just Google Amanda Jaron or A Jaron Fine Jewelry. Google that, you'll learn more about me than you'd ever want to know. Instagram, it's at A Jaron Studio. So A Jaron Studio. On Facebook, it's A Jaron Fine Jewelry. And on the web, it's ajaron.com. Or you can call me. But yeah, if you Google, you can't find me. I mean, you find way too much.
Well, I was about to say maybe that we'll try and make sure that we put at least your website in the comments section when we finish up so that people can connect with you right away, because I can see that you may have gotten the wheels turning in some people's heads.
Well, so actually I guess to finish that thought is that because I've had all this time, I have had time to sort of tell my story about what a bling over is in a way I never had time to do. I never had time to catch up and kind of go back. And so I've been creating these little videos of kind of the before we redo anything. So with grandma's old ring, then I have been showing the drawings, and I'm actually time-lapsing myself drawing them. and then some of the process in terms of carving the wax and casting, stone setting, and then the finished piece. So I've had this ability on social media to really tell my story in a way that I never had before. So in that case, I really spent this time to really develop kind of a full portfolio and really tell my story in a way that I've never had.
That's fantastic. I know we here at the Art Center have also embraced the virtual world in a way that we heretofore had not, and indeed these artist talks, since we don't want to gather bunches of people in the building, have been one of the ways we've been able to stay connected with and engaged with our Art Center family and friends. Now, Amanda, I'm looking at your drawings. You are such a talented artist. How was it that you decided that that jewelry would be your medium as opposed to painting or sculpture?
So I am one of the reasons I so wholeheartedly support your efforts is because in the town in which I grew up, there was an art center similar to yours. There was an adult evening education class when I was 13 offered by two retired professors from the University of the Arts in Philadelphia. And my mother saw that there was this jewelry thing, and she called and inquired and signed me up. And at 13, with myself and a bunch of little old ladies, and we had a great, kind of week and a half, and that changed my entire life because I realized that you could make sculpture out of gold and diamonds. And I thought, why would you use wood or clay or paper mache? You can make sculptures out of gold and diamonds. The beautiful thing was that these two gentlemen were retired professors, and I ended up actually going to the university in which they taught. And so you never know when a class that you put on, on your schedule can actually change someone's life, and it did. And that's why I'm such a huge supporter of children in art and local art centers as a whole, because the arts are, art is everything to me, and what you're doing happened for me, I don't know, what was that, 40 years ago, and it changed my life. So what you're doing hopefully is changing someone else.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. There are days that we wonder, but that is the mission, which is to promote education and appreciation of the arts. Plain and simple, and we want to be able to offer programs whether you're 9 or 99 across the way, to be able to reach all of the people in our community who are interested. Now, I also happen to know, because I got to get a promotion in for her, that not only are you a talented artist, but you have birthed a very talented artist.
I have a daughter who's very interested in fashion. So she's, thank you for acknowledging, she has crafted her own way, which I'm really proud of, and she is very interested in textiles and illustration, and she has one more year of high school, which is going to be hard for her because through all of this homeschooling and COVID and all this, she feels like she's ready to launch now because she feels like she's finished with high school. And she told me very clearly that she has two choices for college. One is New York and the other is Paris. So,
why not? But of course.
As we say, more is more, and go big and go home, right? So I'm thrilled to death to support her in a way that my mother actually supported me. So.
Well, I have seen some of her designs, and they are extraordinary, especially for somebody so young. I saw her work at the Seen to Be Seen event last year. She is such a talented designer, and who knows, maybe she'll want to donate a little jacket or something to the gala so that maybe we can promote mother and daughter together.
Well, we can ask her.
We can ask her.
She's a harder nut to crack than I am.
And I know she's very busy with school. Now, Amanda, I have one more question for you, because I always ask this from all of our artists because I'm always curious. Who or what, you've talked about these teachers, but beyond those instructors, who or what has been a really major influence on your work?
Well, it's interesting with jewelry, which is different than sculpture or painting. So when you paint, your palette is endless in color, right? So you can paint any color and at any size. But with jewelry, you have a palette that nature's already given you, meaning emeralds, sapphires, rubies, diamonds, right? So obviously there are many gemstones, but your palette has already been determined by nature. and the size in which you can create a sculpture is already determined. So to be honest, what I'm most inspired by are the materials and the meanings in which people buy my work. So the people themselves inspire me, but more than that, it's just the materials. That's what gets me every time. There's not a jewelry store that I can walk by without stopping and drooling in the window.
Because what? Diamonds are a girl's best friend, right?
And right, and it's never too big and it's never too much. You just keep piling it on, right? How many rings can we wear? Right?
Bigger, better, brighter, bolder. You know, what can we say? I mean, maybe it'll be time for me to get a bling over soon, since mine's pretty plain. I've kept it pretty simple.
You're not a plain girl.
No, maybe I need something a little more decorative. Well, Amanda, I want to thank you so much, and for your really generous donation, your support of Marco Island Center for the Arts. I know that you, as I said, are very philanthropic within the community, and we appreciate your support so very much. I want to thank you for coming on and talking today, because I always love being able to sit and talk with you.
I love the good work that you're doing too.
Thank you. I want to let my friends out there know a couple of things going on here at Marco Island Center for the Arts. Tonight we will be opening our Claybuild holiday show. This is the work of our artists who work in our clay studio. It is extraordinary. It is the finest show that I have seen these artists put on in all my 7 years here. So it is a great place to peruse, but also to purchase if you are still doing your holiday shopping. We are close to our limit for tonight for our reservations because of the situation. We have a very limited number we can take in, but we are open the rest of the week, 9 to 4. So please, I encourage you to come down if you have concerns and want to make an appointment to see the exhibit privately in the later afternoon after we're closed to the public at 4. Please call me directly, 239-394-4221. I will make it work for you. You don't want to miss this. And in our La Petite, something really special and different. We have an exhibit entitled Charlie Bloom Presents Showbiz Memorabilia. And Charlie is a theater executive, a music producer, has 40 years in the business, has met just about everybody you can imagine, and has been willing to place his memorabilia in our little gallery. And he has donated, get this guys, sheet music for the song Ragdoll, signed by Frankie Valli. And if you are a Frankie Valli fan or a fan of the Four Seasons or the Jersey Boys, be it the play or the movie, this might be something you're interested in. So it will be up for silent auction starting tonight, and we'll close it out on December 22nd. So if you want to get with it, you want to give it as a holiday gift, we'll get it to you just in time. Last but not least, our final musical interludes of the year, newly added to our calendar, a very merry Chimitina Christmas. Chimitina is the jazz duo of Martina Da Silva, vocalist, and bass player Dan Chimlensky. I hope I'm getting the name right finally. Their album, I was listening to it this morning. They really put a unique spin on classic Christmas music. The concert is outside. You are spaced way apart. You can take your chair and put it in our parking lot if you want. But please come. The Art Center will be lit up with holiday decorations, and we look forward to seeing you. So Amanda, again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, wishing you and your whole family a very, very happy holiday season. And to my friends out there, please remember that we look forward to seeing our Art Center family and friends, because we are your art home. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.